I'm going to spend just 5 minutes on this story. And full disclosure, I'm an Arizona sports fan. It's where my love for sports started. It's where me as a broadcaster started. It's what got me into the sports opinionist space. So if I'm going to root for a team, I hardly really get into the full fanatic fan base like a lot of people do. The more fun way to consume sports is probably more as a fan and living and dying with them. But I watch every single Cardinals game every year. For those that don't know, I'm at Fox Sports in Phoenix. I work at the 9:10 a.m. station. I'm their executive producer. So part of my day job is consuming and watching all things Arizona sports. And over the past couple of years, teams and people, fans, and sports opinionists and broadcasters and personalities have put the beat down on Kyler Murray. And I'm only going to spend a couple of minutes on this. Kyler Murray is a top 8 quarterback in the NFL when he's fully supported. When he's not fully supported, he's still a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And we saw that yesterday against the Philadelphia Eagles. Kyler Murray did what Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, and Dak Prescott, all consensus top 10 quarterbacks, could not do yesterday. Dak Prescott's got CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott's got Jake Ferguson. Dak Prescott's got Tony Pollard. And Dak Prescott's got a pretty darn good offensive line. Josh Allen still got Stephon Diggs. James Cook has been good recently, and this is his best offensive line in years, although still not elite, his best offensive line in years. Tua Tagovailoa, don't even get me started. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane has been awesome this year. Raheem Mostert's been really good. Good offensive line, and the best coach out of all those other quarterbacks that I just named in Mike McDaniel. Kyler Murray yesterday did something none of those 3 quarterbacks did. He went into Philadelphia with lawn deck chairs and 5'8" wide receivers. Rondale Moore. Hollywood Brown wasn't there. Michael Wilson's a rookie. Trey McBride's been good this year, but still in his second year. The offensive line is abysmal outside of Paris Johnson Jr. The running backs, James Conner's good. He's still splitting some of his time with a undrafted free agent rookie in Amari DiMercado, and went into Philly, outdueled Jalen Hurts with bringing a plastic knife to a bazooka fight, if we're just talking stars, and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. For anyone that makes the jokes of, oh, he plays video games or oh, he's immature, you have not been watching Kyler Murray this year. I've watched every single press conference and every single game of Kyler this year. He is completely poised. He is completely vulnerable. He's respectful, and he's been an awesome leader, and he's been great with the media this year. All things that happen as you mature with age. I know it's so easy to look at a 22-year-old, look at a 23-year-old, look at a 24-year-old, and just judge them completely because they're young and dumb. I'm young and dumb. I still have a ways to go. But Kyler Murray, it has clicked for him this year. He's become a full-fledged adult, just like Baker Mayfield has. It's okay. Men mature at different ages. I know that's not okay for some of the fans of the NFL who are quick to judge like this, but Kyler Murray has been objectively awesome. And he played his best game coming off of a torn ACL. It took a couple of weeks. It was a little dicey. It was a little clunky. New offensive coordinator, new system. But let me just leave you with this as I quickly wrap up this quick Kyler Murray love letter. Kyler Murray was asked to carry the Arizona Cardinals. Cliff Kingsbury could not coach. The GM, Steve Keim, horrible evaluator of talent. Guess how many draft picks are left from that 2020 draft class from the old GM and front office? One player, Leki Fotu, the backup defensive tackle. Kyler Murray was a life preserver. He was bailing water, and you'd be upset too if you worked at a company and you were an awesome employee, you were an awesome salesman, you were carrying the company on your back, and your boss was a complete buffoon, the owner of the company was a complete buffoon, i.e. Cliff Kingsbury and Steve Keim. They never put weapons around you. Outside of DeAndre Hopkins, there has not been a singular elite weapon placed aside Kyler Murray. James Conner's good. He's not a top 10 back in the NFL. His offensive line has always been abysmal. The play calling scheme has always been bad. Rondale Moore has not panned out like a lot of people thought he would, and he's mostly injured a lot of his time. His defenses were not very good. A.J. Green was looked as playable because of Kyler Murray. I know people like to make jokes about the video games and about the immaturity and about his height. But when bleep hits the fan, Kyler Murray is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And at his peak of his powers, he is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. And I have been banging that drum for weeks, years, months, decades at this point, it feels like. Yesterday, with his wide receiver, in which I'm going to say his name and you don't even know who he is, Greg Dortch, Kyler Murray was 25 for 31, 232 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 84 QBR, and 116 passer rating against Jalen Hurts, in which he had A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith for most of that game, DeAndre Swift, the way better offensive line, and a star-studded defense, and probably, at this point, a more reputable coaching staff. Now, I'm not sure how long that's going to stay, but a more reputable coaching staff for sure. Outplayed Jalen Hurts in his home building as an 11-point underdog. Kyler Murray is not only better than Jalen Hurts, especially at the peak of his powers, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And yesterday proved it, and I'm going to be early on this train. But by this time next year, we're going to be talking about a team competing for the NFC West crown, because the San Francisco 49ers always struggle with him, even when he has nothing around him. And Kyler Murray, the world is going to see very soon with these Arizona Cardinals, they are a team to be reckoned with.